said as we stood looking at poor old Puss that had been turned into a mummy thousands of years ago. The bandages were brown and crispy, looking like a very old parcel. Even the cat's little pointy ears had been wrapped up. At first, the night seemed still and quiet. But soon, every little sound, even the tiniest creak or rustle, filled his mind with fear. It could be them. It could be them. It could be them. Shadows began to dance on the walls. Were these nothing more than the silhouettes of trees illuminated by the headlights of passing cars? Or perhaps they were something more sinister. Boom! Madam Hettyforth never gets taken. That is so cool, gasped Erica. I had no idea you could time travel. There's just one problem, said Wade slowly. We can't time travel unless someone's invented a time machine and not told us about it. Aha! Said Sim. But there might be one in the future.
So, the rat, the cat, the dog, the sheep, the goat, the horse, and Farmer Tom pulled Daisy. And they pulled, and they pulled, and they pulled. Until out popped Daisy, and they all fell with a bang. After that, they all went home and had a cup of tea. The end.
It was rumbling and grumbling and expanding at an alarming rate. It was as if it were a balloon that was so full of air it was about to pop. I told you coffee goes right through me, exclaimed the woman. My bottom is about to explode. It thinks it's safe. Hunting, the third skill. When you stalk your prey, you become your prey. Logic senses when tied to it, tracing its teeniest movement. Merging with its mind, the mouse came closer. Closer. Crack! His paw shot out, slapped the mouse's head hard, stunned it, held it down, jaws closed around his neck, teeth sank in the lethal bite. M became W. Fingers trembling, she picked the lock of Fox's trunk. Then she opened it, her tummy churning. The trunk was full of clothes, or rather, costumes. Something I wanted to see, especially not in 3D. No problem, Mr. Big Nose, I lied. It's under control. We'll get it to you as soon as we can. Well, as soon as you can. Better be by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, or else.
It has a name? Of course he has a name. Why wouldn't he? Amir looked excited. I can't believe it! Does it respond to you calling its name? Are you able to tell it do stuff? Sylvie was chilled by his words and felt uneasy. Luca was on some sort of plaything. No, she said shortly. I'm not able to do any of that.
Leo knew to look away. Even so, the blazing beam of light left him seeing spots. Gah! The goddess staggered. She dropped her spear and clutched at her eyes. I'm blind! I'm blind! Leo hit a learning button on his left ray. It collapsed back into a sphere and began to hum. Leo counted silently to 3, then tossed the sphere at the goddess's feet. Thump!
Late one cold frosty evening, Alfie gazed up into the night sky, sparkling with countless glittering stars. Suddenly, to his amazement, the biggest and brightest star tumbled down like a blazing comet.
I soared downwards, but at a controlled angle like a kite in a dive. Experimentally, I flapped my arms once. I arced to the sky, the wind whistling in my ears. Yeah, I yelled. The feeling was unbelievable. After getting the hang of it, I felt like the wings were part of my body. I could soar and swoop and dive anywhere I wanted to. I turned and saw my friends spiraling above me. He dived. The haunter's head followed him. He knew what he was going to do and pulled out of the dive just in time. A gentrifier had been released exactly where he would have been had he not swerved away. But Harry didn't care. That was no more than dodging a bludger. Great Scott, he can fly, yelled Bagman as the crowd shrieked and gasped.
I mean, it practically landed on my paws. It could have hurt me. Okay, so I biffed it. Is that any reason for Ellie to cry in my fur so hard it almost drowned and squeeze me so hard it almost choke? Oh, Tuffy, she says, all sniffles and red eyes and piles of wet tissues. Oh, Tuffy, how could you do that?
Soon the banjo fell asleep, wishing for sunny spring days, so he could play with his friends again. While the banjo was dreaming, the star quietly floated out of the window.
The overall winner of the Primary Prose Reading Competition 2025 is Phoebe.
So some of you are really good at, having gestures and using your arms. Some of you are really good at using your voices to show pictures. Incredible. And more importantly, from my perspective as head of secondary, I can't wait for all of you to come and join us and then come and be in our school shows, please. Hope you're all agreeing. Nod your heads. We can't wait. Wonderful. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause.